Do you ever feel completely wiped out?
Yeah.
Just bone tired, hitting that wall mid-afternoon, even when you're pretty sure you got enough sleep? Well, if that sounds like you, the answer might actually be hiding in your blood. It's called ferritin.
That's it.
So today we're looking at some sources provided by Blood Test UK. We want to understand this key protein
Yeah.
and why checking your levels could be a really powerful step for your health, keeping things good long term.
Exactly. So our mission here in this deep dive is to really get clear on what ferritin is. It's essentially a vital protein. Its job, storing iron safely inside your cells.
Okay.
So when we measure ferritin, we're not looking at the iron you're using right this second. We're checking your overall iron status. Think of it like a reliable gauge showing if you have too little iron stored away or maybe potentially too much.
Okay, let's unpack that. I like the classic analogy. Ferritin is like the body's iron warehouse.
That's an analogy.
So if that warehouse is getting a bit empty, that's low ferritin, you risk, well, anemia, right?
Anemia.
Which shows up as that awful weakness, that constant fatigue we talked about. That's the deficiency side.
That's the classic one. But here's where it gets a bit more complicated and where this deep dive is interesting. The opposite, a warehouse that's too full, so high ferritin isn't always straightforward.
Oh.
Well, high ferritin can mean genuine iron overload. And the sources from Blood Test UK are clear. That can be pretty serious long-term for organs, like the liver and heart.
Oh, serious stuff.
It also often points to just general inflammation in the body.
Okay, that's a really important point. So if my ferritin test comes back high, it might be too much actual iron.
Could be.
Or it could just mean my body's fighting something else, like maybe an infection I don't know about, or even chronic stress causing inflammation.
Precisely. That's the key insight.
So a doctor can't just look at high ferritin and say, okay, too much iron then.
No, not based on that alone. Ferritin acts as what we call an acute phase reacting. So think of it like this. If the warehouse guard is busy fighting off an illness,
Yeah.
he might just stash away extra iron to keep it safe while he deals with the fight. It doesn't necessarily mean the warehouse needs that much iron long term.
Gotcha.
So clinicians really need to look at other things too, maybe CRP for inflammation or transferrin saturation to figure out what's really going on.
Right.
But the benefit here is that getting tested kind of forces that deeper look, that necessary investigation.
So the big argument really boils down to prevention. It's about early detection.
Exactly.
And the great news, which the source material from Blood Test UK really emphasizes, is that testing helps you catch these imbalances early. You can fix things before they become major problems, maybe even before you feel any really bad symptoms.
And you see this focus on proactive monitoring reflected in advice from health professionals across the country. We saw a note about Dr. Sarah Jones, a consultant down in the Maldon area.
Oh, yeah.
She strongly advocates for routine testing. She basically says, understanding one's iron status is vital for preventing complications.
Makes total sense.
It really raises that question.
Yeah.
Why wait until you feel really awful? Prevention is often much easier.
And here's a really practical bit for you listening. Getting the test, it's actually super easy.
It really is.
Just a quick blood draw. Takes what, a few minutes?
Nearly that.
And unlike a lot of blood tests, you don't need to fast beforehand. You can just go.
That's a big plus. And for anyone in or near Maldon, clinics like the Maldon Medical Center offer this test. It makes getting it done really straightforward.
Convenient.
Yeah. And the sources, again, from Blood Test UK, confirm results usually come back in just a few days. So you get that important information about your body pretty quickly.
It's simple, it's proactive, and it tells you a lot.
High value information, definitely.
Okay, so let's wrap this up. What does it all mean? We've learned ferritin is, absolutely essential. It's running your iron storage, keeping things in balance for your health. And proactive testing, like Blood Test UK highlights, gives you some serious long-term advantages. It helps you manage things like anemia properly.
At the low side.
But also helps figure out those more complex situations involving potential iron overload or that hidden inflammation.
Exactly. It gives you clarity.
Right.
And here's something interesting to maybe think about afterwards. The sources we looked at mention that even really basic things like how much you move each day, your physical activity.
Really?
Yeah, and even just the quality of your sleep can actually subtly shift your ferritin levels.
Wow.
So if simple lifestyle stuff can influence this really important storage protein, Well, maybe the big takeaway is realizing that feeling tired all the time might not just be, needing more sleep. It could be a sign of something deeper, like a systemic battle happening inside.
Yeah.
A battle you can only really see through that quiet chemistry in your blood.
Definitely something to explore on your own.